What's up, you guys? It's your boy T-Time Gaming Man back at it again. And if you like this type of content, go ahead and hit that like button. And also as well, subscribe to the channel, man. We're trying to grow the channel. We just got over 2,000 subscribers, man. So we're continuing to grow. We're continuing to get bigger. There's going to be more content coming in the next few days with the game coming out on Monday. Now, today we did get the Road to Glory deep dive. Now, there was no video for this, but there was a very in-depth blog that we will be going over. And I'm telling you now, if you are a Road to Glory person, you are going to like this video. So you're going to want to stay tuned in here all the way to the end. And also as well, if you're a Team Builder fan, you're going to want to stay in here to the end as well, because we did get some Team Builder news at the end of the blog. So the first thing they talked about here was the different type of players you can be. So for example, elite is going to be, if you're a 5-star player, you're going to start at most schools. You're going to be a 79 overall coming into the game, and you're going to play pretty much immediately. Additionally, you also will receive 1 extra mental ability and then 5 starting skill points, which you can use to upgrade your player. So you're going to be even able to upgrade your player even more. A blue chip player is going to be a 4-star recruit. They're going to start out at a 74 overall with 1 mental ability and then 4 skill points. So again, you're going to see this trend kind of go throughout. And this player, they'll be able to contribute immediately at most programs and earn significant playing times at some schools. Now, a contributor is going to be a 3-star athlete at this point. So a 3-star recruit who may have a chance to get on the field earlier than in their career, but will have to work hard for any playing time. They start at a 67 overall and don't get an additional mental ability, and they only start, they don't get a mental ability, and they only get 3 skill points. And then a 2-star is what's going to be called an underdog. This is a true underdog Road to Glory story. It is harder. It's the hardest starting point on the game. You don't get no playing time. You're going to have to prove pretty much everything through practice. They're going to start with a 60 overall, and you're only going to get 2 skill points as well. So again, man, you can already see the difference that EA is trying to make in this game. If you are a 5-star, you're going to feel like a 5-star player. They're going to give you more resources. You're going to have better schools looking at you. If you are a 2-star player, you're going to feel that difference as well. It's going to be really hard to climb that ladder, get on the field, and all that, which is realistic in real life. So I love to see that in the game. Now, as we already know, there are only a few positions you can choose from because they have to take it over to Madden. They have quarterback, running back, wide receiver, linebacker, and corner. So we already knew that. Now, you're also going to be able to select the archetype of your player. So the size and all that and what kind of fits, you're going to be able to do that as well. That's going to be another exciting part of this game. You're going to be able to choose your mental abilities and stuff like that before you even get in the game. And they showed a good screen. I'll put the screenshot here. They showed a good picture here of how it'll kind of look like when you're building your player. But I'm telling you, man, this Road to Glory looks really, really impressive. Now, they also talked about the recruiting process. How are you going to get recruited? How are teams going to look at you? How is this going to play a role? You're actually going to do an interview with a local news reporter by the name of Donna. You're going to do an interview with her, and essentially she's going to ask you a few questions like, what are your motivations? What are the 3 things that are the most important to you? What fits your recruitment? What do you want to do? Whatever the case may be, she's going to ask you those 3 questions in an interview. Then once that interview happens, you're going to skip over to signing day, to where there's going to be a list of schools that's going to show a meter of how interested they are in you. So for example, if the meter is red, there's no interest there for you. They don't want you to come to their school. And it's also going to show they didn't offer you a scholarship either. So if you come here, you're going to have to walk on, essentially. Then there'll be other schools that are in the yellow. They're somewhat interested in you, kind of want to know. They may offer you a scholarship, they may not. Again, it's going to depend on what you say in those interviews to see what schools you can possibly align with in the recruiting process. And then obviously, if it's green, they're really interested in you. They really want you to come to their school. They probably have offered you a scholarship, so on and so forth. So again, realistic. That's how it happens in real life. I like that. And they're pretty much saying in this game, you're going to be able to feel that in the recruitment process. Also, on that same recruiting screen I'm telling you about with the meters, you're going to be able to see what your role is going to be on that team. So for example, if you're going to be a starter, it's going to show up as starter. If you're going to be second string, third string, 14, it will show each offer and where you stand within that offer as well. So that's going to be another thing that you're going to want to play a role in the recruitment in Road to Glory as well. Now, next up, they talked about practicing, man. They talked about how in practicing, that's how you're going to earn your coach trust. That's how you're going to get your coach trust up. That's how you're going to earn your skill points as well, too. They talked about practicing and how that's going to be a part of your progression. Now, there are going to be mini games. So they have brought the mini game system over from Madden now into the new EA college football game. That was one of the few things I actually liked about Madden was the mini game system. So now they are going to be mini game system. They're going to be two type of mini games though. They're going to be a team mini game where there's going to be, maybe a 5v5 or something like that with involved, or also as well a skill mini game, which is going to be just kind of individual based, where it'll just be kind of just you working on your craft and stuff like that as well. Now, I do believe the team mini games also will involve you kind of like getting maybe more chemistry with your teammates and stuff like that as well, which they brought up here. But pretty much with every earner, it's kind of similar to Madden. If you get, bronze, you're going to get 200 coach trust. If you get silver, you're going to get 350. And with gold, you're going to get 500 skill points and also 500 coach trust, for each of those players and for each of those practices. So essentially, every time you go to practice and you do well, you're gaining coach trust, which is similar to the old game a little bit. I think they used to call it XP in the old game, which you also earn that as well. So it's similar to the old game in that instance. Now, probably the most intriguing part of the whole blog is when they start talking about being a part of being a student athlete, not just focusing on the athletic side of things, but also the academics. So there's going to be 5 different things that you're going to have to focus on within this Road to Glory player. You're going to have to focus on the academics, which is focusing on your GPA, keeping that up. You're also going to have to focus on leadership as well. Leadership is going to be another thing that you're going to have to focus on with gaining coach trust, getting good with your teammates, and becoming a leader for your team. You're also going to have to focus on health. Health is going to be another thing. So in this case, wear and tear, you're not going to just automatically upgrade wear and tear. You're going to actually have to do activities to recover from your injuries and from the week past. Training also as well, just getting better, making your physical attributes better. And then brand is going to be focused more on NIL deals, your social media content, you growing, so on and so forth. So pretty much in the academics field, I'll keep it short because it is a lot of information here. There, you have to keep a 2.0 to stay eligible to play. If you get under a 2.0, you will not be able to play, and you will be required to go to study hall. So I love that. That's realistic. That's what really happens in real life. If you go under a 2.0, you are not playing, and it's going to be like that in the game as well. So it is going to be important to balance all the things that you're doing. They talk about that here, where there's going to be 2 midterm sections. They're going to be one in the week 8 of the season that you're going to have to study through and study for stuff throughout the week. And you're going to be doing that through those action energy points that they talked about earlier. And then also as well, the week 15 at the end of the season, that's probably going to be more so like finals for people. You're going to be studying for that as well throughout the whole entire season. So again, your GPA is going to matter. If you get up under a 2.0, essentially you will not be able to play, and you will not be able to get back in the game until you get above a 2.0. Now they also as well talk about the different type of abilities and mental abilities you can fix. So pretty much, long story short, a fan favorite mental ability is if you have a 3.0 GPA, it will actually activate that fan ability within the game and within the season. Now if you go under that 3.0, it's no longer going to be activated. And that's also going to play a role in weekly coach trust bonus points too. So again, when you play in the game and you're keeping a high GPA off the field, the coach is going to trust you more as well. So that's going to help you on the field also. They also talked about how leadership is going to play a role when you have these different activities that you spend time during the week doing. You can focus on some of those leadership activities, and that's also going to play a role with getting in good with your teammates, building chemistry, which I talked about earlier, finding yourself in a leadership role within your team, and gaining more coach trust from your coach. That's going to be another vital part of this whole entire thing. Now, what everybody probably wants to talk about the most, which is kind of the most newest thing to the game, is brand. They talk about your brand and how you're going to be given choices on what you want to be able to do and how you're going to be able to add slots for NIL deals. Now, this is going to depend on how many followers you get, what activities you do off the field. Again, this is going to play a role. Now, they did also say, though, that there's going to be scenarios and dilemmas where, you might want to just chill out at the house and chill out and sleep in and get some extra rest, and that'll help your health, but you might miss a 8:30 exam at your government class, and your advisor actually will hit you up and say, hey, you missed this class and they had a test in there and you failed it, so your GPA is going to drop. So there's going to be different type of things within this game. Now, I do want to talk a little bit more about NIL deals. They did talk about that a little bit. They said, as a part of the NIL deals, you're going to be offered certain NIL deals pretty much based on your brand level. So you're going to have like a local, you can be a global icon, you can be a national icon, whatever the case may be, but there's going to be different levels to your brand and how big you are becoming. So a guy like, let's use Travis Hunter. He's a big brand in college football right now. So I don't know if he would go on a global level, but definitely on the national level, he's up there. Everybody kind of knows him right now. You know what I'm saying? But as where there might be another player that's just, he's not really that big on the brand, but that will affect, what NIL deals he'll get and stuff like that. Now, essentially what will happen is these NIL contracts, they'll offer you a contract. So, for example, the example they used was a 2-week contract with a sports massage place or like a sports therapy place. And essentially, those energy points that we continue to bring up, they're going to be a part of that as well, because they might tell you have to use 2 energy points up front out of your, 5 or 6 energy points you have throughout the week. Now, essentially, if you play a game on a Thursday night, you're only going to have 4 energy points. You get energy point per day. But if you have a bye week, you'll have 6 energy points. So that means you have an extra day to be kind of free and not, have to be doing something in a game. So that plays a role in this as well. And there will be gameplay bonuses and also as well off the field bonuses. So for example, they use the same situation. Improvement to your in-game attribute, such as enhancing catching ability, increasing speed, and better stamina. That would be if you took that deal with the, the sports massage place or whatever. And then also as well, the off-the-field bonuses will be, enhancement in the meter. You're increasing your brand, you're increasing your following, and also as well, it will improve your health. Another thing they talked about too was coaching battles and coaching trust and how to gain it. It's pretty similar to what it was in 2014. It's really not much different from the last game. So I won't go too in depth in that. It's the same system. Essentially, work hard in practice. You work your way up. You do a position battle and then you get the position or you don't get the position. So that's pretty much how that goes. And similar can be done within the game. They talked about that as well, how you can gain XP, completing in-game goals, and performing well during games, and also as well during the training throughout the week. I won't go in too much on this because we've already talked a lot about skill groups and also as well like abilities and stuff like that. But they did bring that up as well, as how these skill groups and stuff like that will affect your mental abilities and your physical abilities as well, which again, we talked about that a lot, during like the Dynasty deep dive and also as well the gameplay deep dive as well that we had a couple months ago. So we talked about those things, but still that will be a part of Road to Glory as well. Now, they also talked about the gameplay within your Road to Glory, how, if you want to be up close in the camera, like they kind of do on Madden, they're going to have several different camera angles that you can play. So, again, something that we did not have in the old game. We did not have that option, but it does seem like it's going to be an option here. And, again, I'm just excited about that. Just the different immersion. They've really just been really immersive in this game. And I'm telling you now, man, I wasn't a huge Road to Glory person, but, man, I'm not going to lie. I might be on Road to Glory this year just as much as Dynasty, to be honest with you. Also as well, they talked about the play calling. Again, similar to 2014's game. Essentially, you're only going to get one play call until you earn your coach's trust, which again, this is the exact same way it was in NCAA 2014. When you first start out, you only get one play. You can't change the play. You can't audible. And as you increase and as you get better and as you earn more coaching trust, you will start to get those things. You will start to get player in boost, and you will be able to kind of pick, what player you want or what play you want or whatever the case may be. Now, they also talked about the transfer portal. This is probably my second favorite thing to hear about. So the transfer portal is also going to be in the Road to Glory as well. They talk about how at the end of each season, you're going to get an opportunity to transfer. You're going to come up with a choice or a dilemma of, hey, do I want to stay here? Or, hey, do I want to hit the transfer portal? So they used this guy from Middle Tennessee. He had a great year, a freshman year. He went off, had like 1,300 yards rushing. He won all conference. He won all American and stuff like that. So then the big schools start knocking on him, which was one thing I put in my wish list. When you ball out at these smaller schools, these big schools should come knocking. So essentially that's what happened with him. He ended up committing to Florida. Florida had him placed on here as a starter. They had green interest on him, and also as well they had an offer for him as well ready to go. So again, that's going to play a role in this game too, is you're going to be able to create your own storyline, do it your own way. They're going to give you full autonomy of whatever choices you want to make, whatever decisions you want to make. Again, they're going to give you that option and give you that choice, which I love because Madden does not give you that. And I'm super excited about Road to Glory, man. Also, as you know, you're going to be able to import your player over to Madden. That should be self-explanatory. And that was something that, we already kind of knew. But another thing that was mentioned in here as well, they talked about if you're having a rough couple of games, people are going to start getting on you on social media and talking crazy about you. Like they pretty much essentially said, like people are gonna start crap talking you if you have a rough couple of games, and they're gonna give you the decision. Do you want to hype yourself up? Do you want to kind of just go at them and just be like, hey, dude, screw you? You know what I'm saying? Or do you want to just say, look, man, I'm not worried about the outside noise. I just want to focus on getting better on the field and stuff like that. So this sounds like you're going to be players and fans somewhat attacking you if you're not playing well. And you're going to pretty much have a chance to defend yourself somewhat. So this game is going to be really immersive, man. I'm really excited about this game. And I'm telling you guys now, Monday cannot get here fast enough. I'm doing a Road to Glory series that'll actually come out on next Thursday, I believe, so a week away from this video dropping. And I'm telling you now, it's going to be fun, bro. I cannot wait. And this game is going to be good. So I told my Team Builder fans to stick around to the end of the video, and now I'm about to bless you because at the end of the blog, they did say, you know, Team Builder is what is coming next. That is the next deep dive. I'm guessing that's going to take place on Monday. It would be no other day to do it because the game comes out on Monday. So I would guess that Team Builder deep dive is going to be Monday. So for all the people that keep asking me about Team Builder in the, you know, in the comment section, you're getting your day. And it's probably going to be Monday, I would think. It would be no point of dropping it later. But the point is, Team Builder is in the game. It is here. It will get talked about. It seems like early next week. So for y'all that keep asking me, Team Builder is next. So don't worry about that. They're the next thing coming up. I think Madden kind of screwed EA college football over because they kept pushing stuff back. So now everything's kind of off schedule. But Team Builder allegedly will be talked about sometime early next week. All right, so that's going to do it for this video, man. We talked about the main stuff that was in this game. And I'm telling you now, this game, it's looking like a game of the year situation, man. I'm super excited. Listen, man, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel, man. It costs you $0.00 to show some love and subscribe to the channel and hit that red button so we can continue to do this long term. Again, we got a couple of videos coming out the next couple of days. On Sunday, my Dynasty team will be coming out. A couple of days after that, the Road to Glory will start on my channel. It's going to be super fun, man. Super excited. Y'all also follow my Twitch as well at T-Time Gaming 9. Go ahead and follow us over there as well. And I cannot wait, man. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be an exciting couple months here. And I can't wait to give you guys this content. But again, go ahead, like the video, subscribe, and we will holler at you guys on the next one.